Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Paris if you're new. Hey girl, hey. In today's video, we are going to be talking about how to get over a breakup. We've all been there, we've all done that. So ladies, if you guys are ready for another girl talk, please stay tuned. So I'm not going to make this too long. I'm just going to come to you guys with a couple different points that I have written down in my handy dandy girl talk notebook. So yes, I'm going to have a couple different points that I'm going to talk about that I have written down to try to keep me on topic so that I don't completely ramble off, because everyone knows I love to talk. So there's a possibility that I will ramble off. But let's hope and pray that my notes keep me on track. So my first point that I have written down is to take the time you need to heal, because we all know that when we're in the midst of a breakup and we're sometimes chitter-chatting with friends, family, or venting to our friends and family about what we're going through or what we've gone through or how long we've been with this guy, blah 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 blah. We shed a couple tears, and sometimes that can last for a couple of days. And we all have that friend, and we all have that one family member that might hit you with that line of, girl, why did you cry over that nigga? Get over him. Like, he didn't bring nothing to your life, or he didn't do this, he didn't do that. Like, what you so upset over him for? And some people really just don't understand that it really takes time to get over somebody. Because me personally, when I went through my first breakup, I was really heartbroken because, us women put a lot of time and effort into our relationships. Most women do. So when we are in a relationship, we're putting our all into it. So when it ends up not working out, we really be hurt. Like, sis, we really be hurt. But, especially like if we are going through a breakup and we feel as though that we've exhausted, all our energy trying to make it work and it just doesn't work, like, we really be going through it. And do not let anybody rush your process at all. Like I said, if tears fall, that's completely fine. If you feel like you want to play a little Mary J, a little Keisha Cole, then play that, because you need to allow yourself to feel those feelings. Like, I have so many different friends and myself actually, where you will be going through something and you trying to prevent yourself from feeling those feelings, or you won't fully allow yourself to feel those feelings. And no, sis, I'm here to tell you, allow yourself to feel those feelings. Allow yourself to grieve the loss of your relationship, because if you don't grieve the loss of your relationship, all you're going to do is constantly mask the feelings of being in a relationship, or mask the feelings of however you're feeling within your relationship. And that's, I guess, somewhat, how some people talk about the rebound. That's definitely considered a rebound relationship or rebound situation. Ladies, you don't want to get into no rebound situation, because all that is going to do is, like I said, masking. That's what you're doing. You're masking those feelings. You're trying to prevent yourself from feeling the way you feel. So you're just meeting up with some guy or dealing with some guy, just to stop yourself from really dealing with the situation at hand. The fact that you lost a relationship, you're grieving a relationship. So, take your time to yourself to get through your relationship on your own. Don't go hopping from men to men to men, because all you're going to do is bring that same hurt, that same pain, those same insecurities to the next relationship. And you're just going to end up hurting yourself in the long run. All the different things that our family and friends could say to you in reference to rushing your process, don't even listen to them, sis, because they don't know the pain you're feeling. They don't know your hurt, sis. They don't know your hurt. So take the time that you need to heal. Take the time that you need. If it takes you 2 days that you want to sit in your bed and cry and sob, do that, sis. If you gotta listen to Mary J, you gotta listen to Keisha Cole, you gotta put on that Aaliyah, all them little, the back in the day 90s Love Me songs, sis. Play them Love Me songs, because that's how you're feeling. So like I said, give yourself the time that you need to grieve. Don't allow nobody to rush your process, because me personally, I was in my little 6-year relationship that I talked about on my previous Girl Talk video. Like I guys told you before, I talk to my mom, a lot of the times when it comes to relationships. If I feel as though that I'm having a problem and I'm stuck, my first go-to is my mother. I think I said to you guys in my other video, going to a mother, a cousin, a sister, you know, anyone that's older, I would say older, a little bit more experienced and advanced in that arena, I will go to. Yeah, like I said, you do have your friends and things like that, but your friends are currently going through those things. Your friends, you know, are still trying to figure their relationships out, just like you're trying to figure yours out. So it would be best to talk to somebody who is a lot more, like I said, experienced in it, who's been there, done that, and it can give you the best advice that worked for them. So yes, I talked to my mom, and I wouldn't even say that I felt rushed in any of my processes, although social media now that we need to hurry up and boss up on this and boss up on that. But really, we need to boss up on ourselves. Like, boss up on yourself, sis. Like, do what you need to do for yourself. Like, if you excuse me, have any flaws, and this is going into my second point of focus on you. Refocus yourself on yourself. You know, like if you have had a weight loss goal, go start working out. Change your eating habits up. If you have had any other type of flaws that you want to work on with yourself, if you want to start, you know, paying more attention to your crafts, if you wanted to be a makeup artist and you just was slacking on that when you got in a relationship, pick back up on your makeup. If you were a fashion designer and you were into clothes, pick back up on that. If you did YouTube and you felt as though that once you got into your relationship, you slowed down on your YouTube, pick up on anything that you guys feel as though that you lacked on, or any flaws that you had. Work on them, sis. Like, while you're getting through your breakup, work on yourself. Take the time to heal. Like I said, if you gotta cry for a couple of days to get through it, get through it. Allow yourself to feel those feels, like I said, because you do not want to bring that hurt or pain onto the next guy. Because trust and believe, sis, that guy does not deserve the pain that your ex pushed you through. He does not deserve it. Just as well as you don't deserve the pain that his ex may have put him through. You know, so it all comes to play of us all, men and women, putting ourselves first and properly healing and grieving the loss of a relationship, you know, before we just go and rebound another female, or before we decide to jump from relationship to relationship to relationship. Because honestly, if I'm dating somebody and I want to know, you know, when was your last relationship? You know, why did you guys break up? How long were you together? Was it a bad breakup? Are you guys still in communication? You know, just so that you can know what you're getting yourself into when moving forward. But like I said, getting back on topic, because I can tend to ramble off. Time. Give yourself the amount of time that it takes to grieve. Don't allow anyone to rush your process. Nobody knows the hurt that you're feeling. Like I said, we've all been there. We've all done it. We all know what a heartbreak feels like. We've all been through a breakup, but everyone's feelings, you know, are different when it comes to things. So allow yourself to grieve and give yourself the proper time to grieve, and don't allow anyone to rush your process. So moving on to my second point, reconnecting with yourself. So like I mentioned, you know, doing more things that you weren't doing while you were in that relationship. Going to the movies, doing your hair, doing your makeup. If you know, are into nails and toes, get your nails and toes on a weekly basis or a bi-weekly basis. Like, just do more for yourself. Like, me personally, when I was going through my breakup, I was going on dates with myself weekly. Like, even to this day in a relationship, I still will take myself out by myself. Like, I enjoy my alone time. Like, although I'm in a relationship and I do love and enjoy to be around my boyfriend, but I still love and enjoy my me time as well. Like, I need time to myself. I would love time to myself. You know, my time to myself is going to the nail salon, getting my nails done, getting my toes done, relaxing in my bed, watching YouTube, you know, driving, listening to music. You know, back before COVID and Corona and crap happened, you know, I would go to the movies by myself. I wouldn't do any of these things like late at night. And in today's time, I wouldn't recommend ladies going to the movies or going to dinner by yourself at night. But I typically would go to like an early afternoon to mid-afternoon or early evening movie. You know, I would go to the movies by myself, watch me a movie. I would have my popcorn right by my side, my candy, everything. It would be lit. And then, you know, I would go to dinner. Like, Olive Garden was my absolute favorite place to go because Olive Garden is one of my favorite restaurants. So I would go to Olive Garden. I would get my own little meal. I would sit at the table by myself. I would eat. I would prop my phone up. I would watch YouTube. Like, it would be fun. Like I said, I enjoy my own time. So maybe that's what you guys should invest in. Like, invest in yourself. Invest in doing better for yourself. Like I said, nails, toes, hair, makeup, you know, go on a shopping spree. Like, hey sis, if you got a credit card, swipe that shit up. Swipe it up. Like, hey, it won't hurt to swipe your credit card a couple times, you know, one particular day, to get a little retail therapy, you know, get a little new pieces in your wardrobe, dress up. I personally love to dress up. Like, if I could be just going to dinner with my boyfriend and it could be a chill night, I'm going to dress up because I like to feel pretty. I like to look pretty. I like to feel like I'm doing the most, like, because I just like to do the most. So yes, focus on yourself and regain that confidence that you possibly could have lost while you were in that relationship. Okay. So the third point that I have is don't be afraid to ask for help. So if you guys feel like you doing it on your own, like, don't be afraid to ask for help. This ties back into the mothers, the sisters, the cousins, you know, the aunts, anyone that you can, you know, confide in, ask for help. And honestly, sis, if you feel as though that you really up there in your emotions, get counseling. Like, shit is real. Relationships can really mess you up. Yes, relationships can really mess you up mentally. You know, depending on what you went through in your relationship, it can have you leaving like, am I good enough? Do I look good? Is this other girl look better than me? Or what did I do wrong? That's the most famous part, is what did I do wrong? Most girls in their 20s, depending on, you know, your self-esteem, your upbringing, and who you have by your side, most women in their early to mid 20s or in their 20s period are going to automatically think, what did I do wrong? You know, where did I go wrong? Sis, you did nothing wrong. It is him. He is the problem, okay? 9 times out of 10, it's that nigga. He's the problem. So don't ever question yourself. Don't ever think that you're not good enough. Sis, you the shit. You are the shit, sis. So, yeah, don't ever think that you aren't good enough. Like, no, I hate when females think that they're not good enough. They walk away from a relationship tainted and the nigga done fucked their self-esteem up. Like, I hate that. Like, I hate it. So I try my best to uplift my friends when they going through things. Like, you know, before, like, if I've had friends before, you know, that have vented to me, you know, about their relationship, about different things that have gone on. I'm quick to say, hey sis, you want to go for drinks? You want to go for this? You want to go for that? I'll pick you up. Like, seriously, because I'm all for uplifting my friends. I don't want none of my friends to feel like they're alone, you know, and there is a point in time, you know, in your relationship where you don't want to discuss things. You don't want to discuss too much with everybody because, you know, we all had that one family member who will hold a grudge, and you tell them one little negative thing about your relationship and, you know, they do hold grudges and, you know, won't ever forgive your significant other because you can forgive him, you know. Then 10 days later, when you done forgiven him, your grandmother is still hawking on that one little negative thing that you told her about your boyfriend. So yeah, don't tell too much too soon. But if you're in a breakup and you feel like you got way too much on your plate, don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to vent, because there are a lot of people out here that will be willing to just listen. Sometimes we don't want to hear advice. Sometimes we literally just want a listening ear. We just want to get everything that's been on our plate off and just have somebody be a good listening ear. And that's it. Like, that is it, and that is all. All right, you guys. So the last point that I have is to understand that time heals everything. And that just goes back to the point that I stated of not letting people rush your process. Time definitely heals everything. There has been, you know, I talked to you guys about my past relationship, you know, where I felt as though I settled, blah, 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 blah. You know, it was a 6-year relationship. So when that finally ended, I was, you know, a little upset. You know, although I was at the point where I had grown out of the relationship, so the pain and the hurt wasn't as bad as it could have been with the time. But ladies, please understand that time means nothing. A man can come into your life and give you the world in 2 months, and you could have been with somebody for 2 years and they gave you nothing. So don't think for a second that time means success. Time does not mean success. Just because you've been with someone for 10 plus years, 5+ years does not mean that that is the one that you want to be with. Like I said, you can find someone in 2 months that treats you way better than someone that you dated for 2 years. So yeah, like I said, you know, my relationship of 6 years ended, but I was at the point where I had grew out of the relationship, so that hurt wasn't necessarily there, you know. But at the end of the day, I was thinking to myself, like, oh, did I end it too soon? You know, what else could I have done? But it got to the point, like, there was nothing else that you could have done. You know, you've exhausted all your energies. Now, a relationship is a two-way street. You both have to come together to make it work. So if you two aren't trying to meet in the middle to make things work, then it simply will not work. You know, please, ladies, do not, you know, think that because you have been in a relationship for X amount of years that means that it has to work. If you spent, you know, X amount of years trying to make your situation work and then it finally does not work, then that already leads you to believe that it just was time. It was just time for it to end. It's time for you to grow into a woman that you are, you know, meant to be, and find someone that matches your energy. Period. It's time for us to meet guys that match our energy. Period. Let's stop wasting our time on men that aren't matching our energy. Let's stop wasting our time on men that bring nothing to the table, sis. Period. So moving forward, like I said, step number 1 is take all the time you need. Don't let anyone rush your process. Step number 2 is refocus on yourself. Gym, go out to eat, pamper yourself all day long, go on shopping sprees, anything you need to do to refocus on yourself. And secondly or thirdly, you know, ask for help. Don't allow anyone to make you feel as though that you are a burden and you can't ask for help. If you can't ask your mother, your friends, anyone, then possibly seek counseling, or, you know, read. Honestly, read. You can go on Google and simply type up how to get through a breakup, and you can simply read all these different steps or all the different techniques that they give, and you can simply read. I absolutely love reading. If I ever feel like I'm going through something and, you know, I don't necessarily feel like talking about it with anyone, I will go straight on Google and I will read about it, and I will feel so much better. Or you can go on inspirational YouTube pages and find someone that you love on YouTube and type in how to get through a breakup, and they will simply, like what I'm doing, tell you how to get through a breakup, all the different steps that you can take to get through your breakup, so that you can become and blossom into a bomb ass female. Sis, we're trying to be bomb. It's 2020. Don't let. All right, ladies, those are my 3 steps on how to help you get through a breakup. Understanding that it is your process and that it will take time, refocusing on yourself, and also understanding that you're not in it alone. Please like, share, and subscribe to this video, and comment down below some other Girl Talk topics, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.